just how emotional was that scene there with Kyle, all of you guys gathered on the mound there in the ninth inning?
Very. I got extremely emotional a little bit before that. When I heard them cheering on his name, and I looked at the scoreboard and saw that both teams had won. It kind of just set in that this was going to be our last game. And, the most emotional part about the whole thing is that all those fans out there were here when Kyle first came in, and they've cheered him on. They welcomed him to Seattle, and if this is his last game here, they're saying goodbye and thank you for everything that he's done. And that's hard because, like, he's an amazing guy and even a better teammate. And what he's done for me and my buddy Cal and the younger guys is something that, like, you guys can't see it on a daily basis because you're not in the locker room and you're not playing, you're not his teammate. And that's the hardest thing to see go.
You kind of just touched on it, but, at various points this season when you were maybe in some struggles, how did he help you get through that?
He just broke things down the way, it sounds weird, but like as a parent would. And me being super young and not really knowing any better about just Major League Baseball, when to me it seemed like such a big deal, to Seager, it wasn't. And he would break it down why. And that's what us younger guys need. And he knew that, and he knew how to do it very well.
Jared, how much does these last three games playing in 40,000 fans motivate you as you go in the offseason, you're working out, you're hitting, how do you use this, thinking about the feeling of not going to the postseason?
Yeah, I know it's going to sting for a while, this loss, or just not getting to the postseason this year. But I know that, kind of like you mentioned, it's not going to be something I'll ever forget. And I hope that all those fans that came out, that's something that they don't forget either, because that vibe out on that field and that vibe in the clubhouse was something that is not even describable. And it's all because of them out there. They brought that energy. The last three nights have been unbelievable, and I couldn't thank them enough for coming out and supporting us, because, man, without them, who knows what would have happened.
Jared, this was your first experience with the full house like it's been, and it used to be here. Did you have kind of a holy shit moment when the intensity and the energy of the place really kind of was overwhelming?
Yeah. I think I was more appreciative of the whole thing, because we have such an amazing group out there and in this clubhouse, and to see all those fans show up and support each and every one of those guys, that meant a lot to me. And because we have busted our tail each and every night. And the run that we've been on the last 3 weeks has been, amazing. And to see a glimpse of that was, like I mentioned, something I'll never forget.
Jared, how much do you think you improved this season as a baseball player? And what do you take into the offseason as your biggest motivation, or what you say, I want to get better at?
I think this year was going to be a huge learning curve. And there's a lot of things that you could pull from it. There's a lot of negative things. There's a lot of positive things. But I know for me, going into the off season, I'm going to spend a lot of time. I'm definitely going to take a step away for a little bit and take a break. But when I take that step away, I'm going to be rethinking everything that I learned this year. And then when it's time to go to work in the weight room and it's time to go to work in the cage, I'm going to apply everything that I find value in to help make me better. And I know that next season, I'm going to be way better than I was this year. And I know there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to outwork anybody's expectations. And at the end of the day, that's all I can do.
Hey, Jared, you spent so much time with these guys in the clubhouse, on the field, and you're going to enter a stretch here where you're 4 or so months without really being around these guys. What are you going to miss most? Is it the camaraderie? Is it the connection and the bond that you've really forged with this group?
Yeah, it's kind of just like everyone says, you're a family. And I see them more than I see my parents. I see them more than I see my girlfriend, my brother and sister. And even when I have stuff going on in my life, I go to those guys and they're there for you. And there's nothing stronger than going to war with someone out on a baseball field. That brings you closer. The things that you experience, Mitch Haniger, for instance, I feel like I've gotten a lot closer with him ever since I've been here because of, what him and I have gone through together out in the outfield, learning together and just working together has brought us closer as teammates. And that's what I'm going to miss the most, is not being distant for a little bit. But it is what it is.